Hi all, welcome back to my channel. Today is kind of a different video than what I normally do. I am going to go through our budget that we have done so far on the house, which we are pretty much done buying everything. Now it's just getting everything installed and inserted. Kitchen is almost done. Appliances come on the 21st, I believe, and so then those will go in. The sink is already there. My dad, who is actually doing most of the work on the house, is out of town until next week on the 17th, so there won't be much going on right now, just some painting and stuff. But I wanted to do a quick budget walkthrough with y'all of how I've kind of tried to keep track of everything. It's not professional by all means, it's what works for me, and so I will go ahead and do that. But before I do that, a quick introduction. I am Janelle. This is Organized Chaos Budgets. I am a mother of 5, married to my husband, who is the main income source for our family. I do mostly budgeting videos, cash stuffing videos, sinking funds, bills. We are a month ahead. Well, that's a whole nother video because we are currently trying to catch back up to being a month ahead because of the winter. So if you guys remember, some of you have watched my other videos. If you're welcome back and thank you for coming back. But if you're new to me, then we were a month ahead. My husband works construction during the winter. It's kind of hard for us to keep a month ahead, but then we will get back on to a month ahead. It's a whole circle, but it's what works for us. So this is how we do it. Anyways, so if you like budgeting videos and this is your first time here, please hit the subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get right into this. So I have 2 things here in front of me. I have my planner, which is my Stalgy, and I've been very far behind. This was the last week I did was 2/14 of 2/20. So I have not done March yet. I've been focused mostly on the budget and stuff, but so this is where I decided that I was going to put my budget breakdown. This is a binder that I'm using to keep track of all of our receipts and everything that we spend. So I'll get into that here in a minute, but I'm not going to show this again, but I just wanted to show you guys that I am keeping the receipts all in one place. So it's a breakdown of, counters, furnace, and all of that stuff. And just so that we know for reference purposes where we got stuff, how much we spent on that stuff, and all of that, so that later on, if we ever need to replace anything, we know where it came from. So that is this folder, but this is not where I am keeping the budget. So I'm going to head and get rid of this one. Put it here behind me. And then I'm going to pull this one out. I probably won't need my calculator. I'm going to scoot it over here because most of this is already done. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough with y'all. So let me zoom in here. Make sure you guys can see it. Okay, so if we go back here to my little home budget tab, which is where I have kept all this, you can see that I've already filled out most of this. So the way that we did this, and I know it's a little bit scribbly because I did change this pretty early on, but we are taking a loan out, not from the bank or anything like that. We are actually taking out a personal loan from a family member. So they are helping us with this because we did not want to go to a bank. They are not charging us interest on the loan, and we will be able to set up the amount of payments that we want to make, which of course I'm going to want to get it paid off as soon as possible. So we took out a $30,000 with them essentially. Now, if we don't use all the $30,000, of course that won't be what the loan amount is, but this is what we started out with. So then what I did was I broke down each area of the house that we knew was going to need repairs and fix up. So this is the kitchen budget. This is the kitchen budget breakdown. And we have pretty much bought everything in the kitchen with exception to, we still need to get some hardware for the front of the cabinets because I like to have handles and knobs on the front of the cabinets, which we haven't done yet. but I'm not looking at anything super expensive for that. So I'm not too worried about, you know, spending money out of other places for that, which I do have my savings binders, which I have said many times that will probably go to help for some of the house repairs. So I do have that. So the kitchen budget, we knew that this was going to be our most expensive, besides flooring, was going to be our most expensive repairs, just because we completely redid the kitchen. We pulled out all of the cabinets, we pulled out all of the flooring, everything needed to be done in there. So I did $10,000 for our kitchen budget. Our cabinets we got from Home Depot, they were $2,561.20. So then the leftover from the 10,000 was $7,438.80. Our countertops, we did butcher block countertops, which, like I said, if you guys are returning or if you are curious, I do have some videos up of our current kitchen of what it looks like right at this point, and you can see the butcher block countertops, which I am in love with. They are absolutely beautiful, and I'm so glad that we went with them. They were $1,793.98. Now that does include any hardware that we needed to attach them, the oil to oil them down. I mean, it includes everything that went with the countertops. It wasn't just the price for the countertops. The countertops were actually relatively cheap. I think they were I want to say 99 or 159 per block. And they're big, but we did have the island block too, which those ones were a little more expensive. I think they were $298 or something like that, so it added up. So that is everything included in what it takes to put on the countertops, to condition the countertops, and everything like that. So after that, we have $5,644.82 left. Then we bought our sink, which we went ahead and went with just a black sink. I had a really hard time finding a sink that I like, because I like the drain to be off to the side. I don't like the drain to be in the middle. And so it was difficult to find a sink that I really liked that had that drain on the side. So the sink that we did found was $269. The faucet, I went with a little bit of a fancier faucet than I've ever had, which it's still not extremely fancy, but it is a taller faucet. It does pull out. And so that was $189. So left over after the sink and the faucet, we had $5,186.82 left. And then our appliances. So I knew this was going to be a high cost. We had to replace every appliance in the kitchen. So fridge, dishwasher, stove, oven, and a microwave. So all of those together were $4,323.65. So leftover, we had $863.17. So total for the whole kitchen, we spent $9,136.83. This does not include any decorations. So if you remember in my last video, my budget for decorations is a completely different budget, which I also have in here because I have spent some stuff. So this does not include curtains or shower rods or any organization, utensils, anything like that. So the total spent was $9,136.83. So our total loan amount left was $20,863.17. Okay, so then I did bathrooms, and there are 3 bathrooms in the house. I know, for a family of 7, that's not very many, right? Well, it's an old house. My grandpa built it in 1976, so it is definitely lacking in the bathroom area. We only have 1 shower bathtub right now, and we're going to make that work for the time being, but eventually, when the time comes, I would like to replace that and upgrade that too. Anyways, so we have 3 bathrooms. The upstairs bathroom, or the guest bathroom, is right off of the kitchen. So we went with it used to have a pedestal sink in it. We went ahead and went with like a sink vanity. It has a cabinet and then a hidden drawer, and then it has a cabinet that you can purchase separately on the side, and we went ahead and purchased both of those. So it was $537 for that one. So our total leftover was $6,463. And then our faucet for that bathroom, I wanted a little bit of a updated faucet, or a little bit. I really like those waterfall faucets, so that's what I wanted to get. So it was $93.98. So $6,069.02 was left after the upstairs bathroom. And this also does not include any mirror. The lighting that is in there, I'm not quite sure. It's kind of good lighting, so I don't know if we're going to change it out yet. If we do, of course, that will come out of the budget as well. But right now, as that is, we are leaving it. And I'm still trying to decide if a mirror should come out of this budget or if I should take it out of a decorating budget. So the kids' bathroom is the other bathroom downstairs. So the only thing that we needed to replace in that, because it's got kind of a funky countertop, so we couldn't really replace it, and it wasn't really in bad shape at all. I am going to clean it up a little bit, but of course I'm going to clean it up. But the sink for that one was $79, so $6,290.02. And then we did need a toilet, so $89.92. Leftover was $6,210.10. So then we go into our bathroom, my husband's in my bathroom, which is the master bathroom, and we bought a sink vanity. It only had one sink in it as it is right now. We are going to upgrade it to a 2-sink vanity. So the vanity was $708.43. Leftover leaves us $5,491.67. And then we got the same toilet, so $89.92. And we didn't really want expensive toilets. I mean, who needs an expensive toilet? You know, you all know what you use them for. So $5,401.75. And then I did forget to put the toilet up here. So $89.92 was a toilet up there as well. So leftover after that toilet is $5,311.83. So our total spent was $1,688.17. So our leftover was $19,175. So then we go into the flooring, which I also knew was going to be expensive for the flooring because we had to replace all of the flooring throughout the house. So I did a $7,000 budget for flooring, which I should have upped it because as you'll see, we went over, but that's okay. So I originally had hardwood floors because we were going to go with hardwood floors, and then we decided to go with a vinyl flooring, which I totally love, and it's super easy to clean, water resistant. With the kids, I just thought that it would be better than hardwood so that I don't risk the chance of it warping. So we went with a vinyl flooring, and it was $1,863.73. Leftover, we have $5,136.27. So the carpet. So right now, carpet is super expensive. We went with a mid-grade carpet. I don't know, maybe a lower grade carpet. It was what we could afford. So still with all of that pad, labor, and all of that, it's $5,600. And I did round that up a little bit because I think it's like 55, I don't know, 925 or something like that. So I just rounded up to 5,600. So that means we went over budget by $463.73. So our total spent was $7,463.73. So over budget $463.73. And that's okay with me because we have been under budget on everything else. I've done a really good job, me and my husband, of picking out things that that weren't super duper expensive, but still looked super nice. So I'm okay that we went over budget a little bit here. So our total loan left over is $11,711.27. So then we had random repair, and I just called it a random repair budget because there's a bunch of things under this that I didn't know or where to put them in the categories. So furnace and air conditioning, the furnace that was in that house, bless my grandpa's soul, was the original furnace from 1976. I am not kidding you guys. That furnace was 45 years old and it was still running perfectly well. We just decided that we were going to go ahead and upgrade it because we were adding air conditioning. It did not have air conditioning in the house. So we did want to add central AC because we live in Colorado. Summers get pretty hot here, and that house actually heats up super duper well. So since we were replacing or putting AC in, we had to upgrade our furnace to be able to attach AC to it. And I am telling you, that furnace, when they pulled it out, was, oh, you don't even want to know. But anyways, so furnace and AC plus all of the parts that went with it. So we're talking all of the wiring, the conduit, all of that stuff is $3,466.26. Or I'm sorry, $3,533.74. So left over, we had $3,466.26. Okay. So then paint. We did paint. The majority of the house is the same color. We went with basically what was already in there because it's already looks really good in there. And the way that the house is set up, it's kind of a rustic mountain looking home. So we stuck with the cream walls basically, and the brown. My boys wanted an orange and red room, so we did their room in orange and red. I decided to do purple, a light purple and a dark purple in my daughter's room. And then our room, we went with a little bit tanner color than the rest of the house, but other than that, everything else is exactly the same. So paint, and this includes all of the supplies for paint, painter's tape, paint brushes, rollers, rolling pins, pans, all of that stuff, $1,091.78. So leftover, we have $2,374.48. So then we had miscellaneous water and plumbing fixtures that needed to be fixed, or where the pipes come out into the toilets, those needed to be replaced, all of that stuff. So total of that was $1,147.55. Left over is $1,226.93. So the total spent on random repairs was $5,773.07. And I wish I would have put the different, oh, we did put the difference. I guess it's right there. So the leftover is what we saved on this. So our total loan amount left is $5,938.20. Now, like I said, if we do not use this, then that is perfectly fine. We will just not pay on that, and our loan will be less money. But we do still have this amount left to fix and repair anything else that we do need to repair. The one thing that I do not have in here is supplies and drywall for building the wall for my two older boys' bedroom. So that is not in here yet, and I'll probably just add that underneath random once we figure out how much that's going to be. So that is where we're at right here. So I am guessing that our loan amount is going to be close to $30,000 after we finish with the wall supplies and drywalling. So that is that. And then I do have my house decoration budget right here. And if you remember in my last video, I said I was going to do $800. So this weekend we did do a little bit of shopping. We did go to Target and let the boys pick out their bedding for the new room. I wasn't going to do this. I was going to go ahead and just put whatever I wanted in there. But then I thought, what's the fun in that? They need to pick out their own stuff, which I knew exactly what they would both end up with. My 7-year-old ended up with Fortnite, and my 5-year-old ended up with dinosaurs. So I figured that was what they were going to do, but that's fine. My daughter, however, we are not planning on replacing any of her bedding right at this moment because she is still in her crib, which we will be transitioning her to a toddler bed while her crib turns into a toddler bed. But we wanted to give her a little bit of time to get used to being in the new house before we did that. And she has not tried to climb out of her crib or anything yet. So until she does that, I think she's fine in the crib. So anyways, all that to say that after that, we had $662.71 left. Then Dollar Tree, and I put DIY because I did go there to make some stuff for the house. So I am trying to look at some YouTube videos and make some decorations for the house. We'll see how that turns out because not always very artsy, but we're trying this out. So Dollar Tree DIY was $24.19, $638.52 was what's left. Then Joann's, which is DIY as well, I had to buy some spray paint and stuff like that, so $48.39, and then $590.13 is what's left. Michael's DIY, what did I get at Michael's? Oh, chalk paint and some paintbrushes, some sponges, some stuff like that, was $85.62, and then so leftover is $504.51. And then I did pick out curtains. I have not bought the curtain rods yet, but I did pick out curtains. So $204.86 was for curtains. So total leftover that I have of my $800 budget right now is $299.65. I do not have a lot more that I want to do. I know that I need some stuff for the upstairs bathroom, but I'm not quite sure what I want yet. I have to kind of see how the vanity and stuff looks once I get that in there and if I decide to get a mirror or not. So I haven't picked anything out for that yet. Our bathroom I haven't done, and I'm not really doing much in the kids' bathroom just because they're kids and they need their toothbrushes and stuff in there, but that's it. So all of this to say that this is where we are at right now. This is how I did the budget for our home renovation. I'm sure there are plenty of other ways to do it. I'm a pen and paper type of person, so I like to have things written down in front of me so that I can see it for later on. And I do plan to, like I said, pay this off as fast as I can. They're telling us that we can make a payment of pretty much whatever we want. So right now we're starting with 500 to see where, so 500 divided by 30, I mean, that's 60 months, which is still, that's still a little bit much for what I want, but we'll see what happens and what our total budget is before, or our total loan is before I decide what I'm gonna pay. The difference is now that, you know, we won't be paying rent anymore, but I do need to save for taxes and insurance yearly and all of that stuff. So I kind of have to figure out, it's gonna be a chore for us to kind of figure out what goes where and how to budget the new stuff into our old stuff. Like, we never paid water, but now we're gonna have to pay water, and you know, it's just all kinds of different things that I need to plan for that I wasn't paying before, but we're losing the rent payment. So it just needs to balance out so that we're not putting ourselves in worse debt than where we are now. So we'll figure all that out, and when I do, of course, you guys will know. So anyways, that is where we are. And I kept saying that I was going to do this video for you all, and I hadn't ever done it yet, so I wanted to go ahead and do this and let y'all see where we are. And I will be back in a couple days. I'm hoping to be able to start my kids' savings challenges with them and get them on the camera, so we'll see if I can get that done. And but it might not be until Friday that I'm back. I do have March's budget with me that I still need to upload. So I'll probably upload this video first, and then I'll do March's budget with me video. But yeah, so it's been hectic, and I thank you guys for sticking around, all of you guys that come back. And if you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up, and we will see you soon. Bye.